disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And right away, he lost the football. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Alert, 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 alert. Hurry, hurry.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 35.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Hey, team 6.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And it's a fumble. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Check, hot route. Hot. Watch the ship. Point it right.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
It's 2nd down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Watch the screen. Smith. 56, Mike, 56. All day.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And the pressure gets to him again. Christian Kirksey. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, alert! Real.
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Throwing, Mayfield. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Check 99. Check 99. King.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's...
He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
65.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
He's not going to get me.
Hey, high 7.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down.
Single. Check number 6.
Hurry.
Be a long day for you.
Regular. Hurry.
Mayfield to throw it. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Right there. 56. Touchdown, defense.
Hurry. That's me.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield rolling to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13.
50.
180.
56.
No game on this defense. No game.
Mayfield now. That's taken in by Callaway. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Go.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fight.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. To throw is Garoppolo. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
21.
Here we go. Check 31.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Landry now on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield running the option right. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
180. Check.
They go play action. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Check. Alert.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Nick Bosa showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Squeeze, don't.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, wahoo.
Now Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Here we go. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. You don't want none of that. Give it.
Chicago.
56.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. D Ford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense. So
who will step up here? We'll see. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. That'll bring up second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
18 yards, first down Niners. On first down, here's Breida. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor, he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Garoppolo again. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And the ball is knocked out. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Right there. Dang, baby.
Here we go, here we go.
Check 53 is mine.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Got a man. Touchdown, 49ers. It's Selleck. Garrett Selleck. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Point it right.
56.
Hurry! Go!
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Hurry! Run.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Run. Hey, Charlie!
Hey, alert 3.
Greystone, travel. Hurry!
56. Woo-hoo. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Browns on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
56 to Mike. 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Breida, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. On play action, now Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check 26.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 16 yards, a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. A run for Nick Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Switch. King.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They run again on first down, Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time with their bodies when you're kicking off to play the game. So that's a real big accomplishment for them to get that done. The flip side, too, is traveling home. In the old days, you had to wait to get the video for your next game. You had all those. So you were really a day behind. Now the video's on their computers as they get on the plane to head back, so they can get a lot of work done on the plane while they celebrate.
It's going to be a long red eye, but as you said, a celebratory red eye back home. So for Cleveland, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves.